Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're embarking on a truly fascinating journey. We are going to decode the highly structured ancient mechanics behind mantra sadhana. And we're doing this by moving completely beyond blind belief and stepping squarely into the realm of pure experiential science. If you've ever wondered how ancient chants were actually designed to function as precision tools for the human mind and body, you are going to absolutely love the structure we're unpacking today. Let's get right into it. We're kicking things off with this incredibly powerful thought by Swami Ramatirtha. He famously noted that God, or ultimate cosmic reality, can be experienced, but not visually seen. This is such a profound starting point, you know? It reminds us that spiritual energy, much like the hidden forces of nature all around us, is something to be deeply and personally experienced rather than just observed with our physical eyes. It really sets the baseline for everything we're going to explore today. Think about it this way. Just like we can't physically see heat or cold or radio waves, we undoubtedly feel their effects, right? I mean, a simple radio receiver captures invisible sound waves out of thin air and turns them into music. Well, the source material explains that a mantra works in the exact same way. Its true power lies in the invisible, dormant cosmic energy it awakens within us. The words themselves, they're just the instrument. Think of it like a hand gently shaking a sleeping person awake. The hand itself isn't the state of being awake, it's just the medium that triggers it. Mantras literally trigger the awakening of countless conscious energies lying completely dormant inside of us. Let's quickly look at our roadmap for today as we zoom in from the macro universe down to the micro components of a single mantra. We'll cover the science of mantra sadhana, the foundation of Vinyoga, the 5 koshas, the Rishi, the Chanda, and finally, the Devata. Section 2. Vinyoga. Foundation of sadhana. According to the ancient texts, Vinyoga is the absolute foundation and your primary navigational tool. Because, look, you don't just start chanting blindly. Vinyoga acts as a highly precise targeting system. It tells you exactly which dormant energy you're trying to awaken and on what specific basis. By reading or just remembering the Vinyoga before you even start the practice, your mind stays perfectly focused. It maintains your awareness on the goal, ensuring that with every single repetition, your internal energy is stepping in the exact right direction. And just like physical matter is made up of various elements, this targeting system consists of 5 crucial components: the Rishi, the Khanda, the Devata, the Bij, and the Tattva. When these 5 come together, they make the mantra come alive and actively direct its power. They are the active ingredients that transform a simple string of syllables into a living, breathing force. Section 3. 5 sheaths of subtle body. So, where does all this directed energy actually go once we wake it up? Well, it targets our subtle body. Our source texts describe human consciousness as being layered, almost like an onion, into 5 distinct sheaths known as koshas. You've got the Annamaya, which is the physical layer; Pranamaya, the vital energy; Manamaya, the mental layer; Vijnanamaya, the intellectual or wisdom layer; and finally, Anandamaya, the core of pure bliss. Just as there are 5 main continents on planet Earth, there are these 5 mediums through which our conscious existence is understood. They basically act as 5 distinct energy reservoirs right inside of us. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer symmetry of this ancient science. If you map them out side by side, the 5 elements of Vinyoga perfectly mirror these 5 internal koshas. The external components, Rishi, Chanda, Devata, Bij, and Tattva, serve as the specific external keys required to unlock, illuminate, and activate each corresponding layer of our inner universe. It's a perfectly balanced lock and key mechanism. Section 4. Rishi, Guide and Guru. Let's break down that very first element of the Vinyoga targeting system, the Rishi. When we see the name of a Rishi attached to a mantra, it isn't just giving historical credit to an author. No way. A Rishi is an experienced master, a guru, who has achieved complete mastery over that specific mantra. And their role is incredibly active. Because the spiritual path naturally has its inevitable ups and downs based on our varying mental states, the Rishi provides not just instruction, but actually imparts a fraction of their own spiritual energy to smooth out the path for the practitioner. To really ground this concept, the source gives some incredibly practical analogies. You wouldn't try to navigate a complex ship through a storm just by reading a manual. You need a seasoned sailor. You wouldn't try to cure a severe illness just by standing inside a pharmacy surrounded by medical textbooks. You need a doctor to diagnose and prescribe. In the exact same way, mantra practice requires the direct, experienced guidance of a rishi to successfully navigate the specific mental and energetic terrain you're about to cross. Section 5. Chanta, Rhythm of Mantras. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth is chanting ancient syllables similar to playing a classical Indian sitar? It definitely sounds like a strange comparison at first, but it is actually the perfect way to understand the physics of sound being used here. The magic is entirely in the rhythm. Chanda translates to rhythm, or laya. Think about a sitar for a second. The strings on the instrument are fixed. The frets are fixed. But a skilled musician alters their striking pattern, the speed, and the pressure on those exact same strings to create vastly different melodies, or ragas. A mantra works the exact same way. The syllables are the fixed strings. The practitioner alters their vocal dynamics, the chanda, to create specific energetic vibrations that generate entirely different reactions. These rhythmic variations are known in the science of sadhana as yati. There isn't just one way to say a mantra. You can chant it mentally, verbally, or whispered, which is actually called upanshu. You have udatta, which is a high pitch, anudatta, a low pitch, and swarita, a medium pitch. These varied chanting techniques dictate the exact physical and mental reactions the sound waves will trigger. Because of this, one single rhythm is definitely not appropriate for everyone. The chanda must be highly customized for the individual practitioner's current state and their specific goals. Section 6. Devata, Frequency of Consciousness. This brings us to our final deep dive, and here is the core philosophical and scientific problem. If the universe is an infinite ocean of limitless energy and consciousness, how does a single human practitioner target the exact flow of energy they need without just getting completely overwhelmed by the chaos of everything all at once? Well, this is exactly where Devatata comes in. In this context, Devatata isn't some mythological figure. Devatata represents the specific, targeted frequency of consciousness that we are actively choosing to connect with. It is the specific energy current isolated from that vast, infinite ocean of cosmic consciousness. So the crucial point here is that setting the Devata in your practice is exactly like tuning a radio. At any given moment, the air around you is filled with dozens of radio stations broadcasting simultaneously. If a radio tried to play them all at once, you would just hear deafening static. By tuning the dial to one specific frequency, you hear one beautiful, crystal clear broadcast, and you actively block out all the competing noise. Devata is the frequency you tune your mind to. As we wrap up this explainer on the profound, highly structural science behind these ancient practices, we see that it's really all about intentionality. It's about knowing your guide, mastering your rhythm, and tuning your dial. So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to reflect on today. In the endlessly noisy broadcast of everyday life, what frequency are you currently tuning your mind to? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and keep learning.